Bright and early on a beautiful Sunday morning, on a pristine beachfront just off the Barrier Reef, the participants of the Kayak Challenge prepared for the second grueling leg of the race. They were competitors on day one and would be again in a matter of minutes. But for the moment, they shared a meal and companionship, exchanging stories and comparing strategies. Some of them have paddled the waves before, and for some, it is a first memorable experience.
First time. I just decided, and for the years I live in this island here for over 38 years, and I decided I will try and see what I can do.
Hey, hardly we never expect me to be so long.
But make it all the way to the end, right?
Yeah, we not give up, man.
I'll do it by myself, and I'll try finish it. I'll try prove all of my friends that I don't need no partner. I'll do it by myself, and I will make it. Even if I do the weight loss, I will make it to the finish line.
When you touch the water, then you'll find out.
Well, I have to push it, if, I have to try hype up my teammate for push it with me, but, the man least slack up 2 hours, I know, fight to the man or nothing, but 2 hours, we still push it, and I'm glad we make it.
And then, after an intensive cleanup of the camping ground, it was time, and 24 teams of the 27 that started lined up. Team Fisheries, Coast Guard and Bulldogs were in first, second and third place by a considerable time margin.
3, 2, 1!
But when the horn sounded, it was all guns blazing. The roar of the waves over the reef competed with the shouts of supporters spurring on their favorite teams as the kayakers paddled past remote luxury resorts and the beautiful beaches of Northern and Burgrees. That scenery was for the observers to enjoy, and we did. For those in the ocean-going craft battling the waves and wind, their focus was absolute. Even though all left together, by the time we were halfway to the finish line, the three top teams from day one were out in front. Team Fisheries and Coast Guard were going at it, neither wanting to get left behind. Closer to the reef, Team Bulldogs kept them in sight, even as they tried to veer into the calmer seas near the coast. Most of the paddlers were in high spirits, knowing that they would not finish in the top bunch, but determined to finish anyway. The youngest team in the race was obviously struggling, but their paddles never faltered. By early afternoon, a crowd had gathered at the Central Park, waiting to greet the champions, all of them, whether they arrived first or last. And when the first kayaks rounded the pier heading into the final stretch, nobody was surprised to see the Fisheries and Coast Guard teams fighting for first. In the end, Team Fisheries won by only a kayak's length.
No race is easy, all the races are hard, man. You need to put your mind, your heart, and definitely need to work out before you come to this kind of race, man. But it was a good challenge. I mean, the win was nice, and I mean, everyone tried their best to make it now.
Well, today all we had to do was try to hold off the guys that were behind us from yesterday, because we know we had them like 5 minutes and they could have closed that. So we just keep it tight with the guys that were leading and hang in there to the end, and we came in together to the line and we sprint, put up a show for the crowd.
And then it was Team Bulldogs in third place, followed close behind by the rest of the wary paddlers. But none received a welcome like Carlos Esquivel, 16 years old, and Miguel Castillo, 14. They were greeted like heroes and given the MVP award for paddling a total of 13 hours and 42 minutes over the 2 days. It was a spectacular finish to an amazing 2-day race, which showcased the beauty of the lagoons, creeks, beaches and coral reef which few Belizeans ever see. The Lagoon Reef Eco Challenge in its 11th year has earned its place as one of Belize's best, and we're assured that it's going to be even bigger next year. We'll see you there. Mike Rudon for News 5.